All right, here we are in March for our Kajabi product updates. There are quite a few things that have come out over this past month since my last update. So hopefully you can stick around with me today. This is a little bit longer than usual, but I do want to say that one of the best releases has come out finally that we have been waiting for so many years, and I'm really excited to tell you about it. I hope you'll stick around to the end of the video because I'm going to share that with you at the end. We also have an AI tool that has been added into Kajabi that you may have already seen if you've been poking around your Kajabi site lately. I'm going to talk about that towards the end as well. But first, let's get into some of the updates that have happened. And just so you know, I'm not going to cover anything on the branded app today. Okay, if you want to see the updates for Android and iOS in branded app, you're going to go have to check their changelog and their update page because I'm not going to cover that in this video. So hopefully that's okay. And you guys can jump in here with me and see all the new things that have come out in the last month. All right, so clickable video chapters. This one is really cool because we know that timestamps in videos can be really helpful for our viewers. And so Kajabi has added the ability to be able to put these timestamps within your products themselves. Now, it still needs a little bit of work because it's not as quick as you might do using some AI tools out there. But what's really neat about this is that you can go to a video inside one of your courses and you can go in and copy the URL for that spot in that video. So let's say, for example, you had somebody who was asking about a certain topic or a certain piece and you wanted to share with them exactly what you said in a certain video. You can actually just go to that video, find the spot, and then post that link in your community. So it allows you to share certain parts of videos through a specific link. You can also just go and post those links within the body, the lesson body of your video. So you can copy it, just the link, or you can copy it with a thumbnail of that spot. So that's pretty cool. Now for community updates, they have now allowed us to be able to have our communities translated. Now this is done at the user level, not the admin level. So you can actually translate your experience into your language. So your members can go into their profiles and set one of the languages. So the only available languages right now is Italian, Spanish, French, German, Dutch, or Turkish. So if any of your members are in those languages, you can let them know that they can head over to their settings and be able to translate the community. Now, not everything in the app, actually the apps at all, don't do any of the translations yet, but they do have that on their roadmap to come. But all the things inside of the community, like the actual interface, so navigation, buttons, all that kind of stuff, in-app notifications, the emails that come from Kajabi, those are all in their language, and any push notifications that come out will also be in their language. So that's gonna be really helpful for those of us who have members in different languages. Also in the community is they've added the ability to have some more moderation. So if you are an admin, you can go and choose a member who you want to restrict their kind of posting. So if you have somebody in your membership that you want to approve their posts before they actually post them, you can set that setting now. It's really important to know that it is not a global setting. You can't go into your community and say, block everybody and say you have to approve every single post, not like you can in Facebook. This is just a very specific member only. You can choose that member and go into their profile and actually go and turn on approval for their posts. Another thing that's cool with this update for moderation is that you can now hide posts and you can hide comments, which is nice. So if there's something that you don't want people to see, you can hide it. You can also lock posts. So if you don't want people commenting anymore on a post, you can turn the commenting off. And there's also the ability to do a lot of these actions in bulk. So that's pretty handy. You also can get a log of all the moderation that's been going on in your community. So if you have a really big community, you have moderators like team members that are working in moderating your community, and you just want to get a quick picture of what's been going on for moderation, you can do that now with a log that you can just open up and see everything that's been going on. For content cleanup, now if somebody leaves your community, all of their content normally would stay there, but now you have the option to be able to remove their content too. So if you have somebody that comes in, you don't really want them in there anymore, you can get rid of all of their content now. You can choose to have somebody that's gone and leave their content or you can remove their content if you want. You have the choice is kind of what I'm trying to say here. Now, member cancellation feedback is a really important thing. So when somebody cancels in your membership, it's so helpful to know why they canceled. And now you can do that quickly by putting an email in the settings. You don't have to set up some big complicated automation after they've canceled to try to get them to give feedback. You can do this quickly in the settings right in Kajabi. And now if somebody has already canceled, you can try to win them back through a win back sequence. So you can set up an email sequence that allows you to communicate with them after they canceled and try to win them back. Lots of different ways you can do this. So the filters that were added so that you can actually go and do this through the automations and you can actually find the group of people that you would send this sequence to would be products previously owned or offers that are previously owned or they're canceling, as in they're in the process of canceling. And now the new triggers that go along with this is the recurring payments cancellation trigger, the subscription cancellations trigger. So just to understand the differences between these two, because I know they seem very much the same thing, but they're actually quite different. So if you're going to trigger an automation based on their subscription has just been canceled, as in they've pressed the cancel button on Kajabi and that process is happening. However, their payment hasn't technically stopped, right? They still have until their end of their billing cycle. So they've just initiated that process of being canceled. That's what subscription cancellation initiated is. And then once their billing end date is done and it's over and they're completely out of your membership, then that is subscription cancellation completed. Now, recurring payments cancellation, that is the more of the money process, right? So that's where their actual payment has been canceled. Okay, so just little nuance there between those triggers. Hopefully that makes some sense there for you. But basically, we can add them, people who've canceled, to a automation to be able to try to win them back and hopefully, realign with them so that they can become a customer again. For those of you that like to use invoicing in Kajabi directly, they've done some updates there now. You can actually add multiple offers to a single invoice, which is really helpful because one invoice per offer is kind of useless. So you can now add them kind of like a cart type shopping experience there. You can edit the quantity and the price for each item, which is super handy in there. And of course, there's still, invoice reminders, that kind of stuff. They've just moved some of the settings and stuff around. So you can dig in there and take a look at those if that interests you. All right, we have one feature that is still in beta. They have been working on this one for a little while and it has not fully released to everybody yet. So you probably won't see this one, but you might have it in your account. So just in case you do, we do have the ability to customize our upsells. So you purchase something, your members purchase something off the checkout page, they go to another offer right away. That's an upsell. So you now have the ability to customize that page because currently it was, you couldn't really do much to it at all. It didn't really actually seal the deal in a lot of situations and a lot of people didn't even use them. So now those have the ability to be able to brand them and make them a little bit more, optimized. You can actually make the sale in this sense. So it's in beta, not fully rolled out yet, but should be out to everybody soon. All right, Cofounder AI. This is a huge one from Kajabi. They are really pushing this in their marketing right now. So there's a good chance you've probably heard about this one. Basically, they have added in their own AI chat within the platform themselves. So when you have a Kajabi subscription, you automatically get Cofounder AI included. It's not an extra purchase. Okay, I have not dove into this very much yet, but from what I understand, it's going to help you to be able to ask questions and work as if you're working with a partner, hence the name co-founder, right? So instead of working all solo and trying to figure things out on your own, you can go through the question and answer process, trying to articulate what your offers are and your ideas and trying to put together the things that you need to do in order to grow your business. So it's like your integrated AI team member right there in Kajabi. So hopefully some of you guys will go and check that out and we'll drop some comments down below. Let me know what you think of this new AI. I personally just don't have time to get into another AI tool. I'm already using two other ones outside of Kajabi. So for me personally, I'm probably going to stick to the other ones for now, but I would love to hear if you have tried it and if you found it useful. So let me know in the comment. All right, the long awaited unified media library. We have been asking for this for years. 4 years. And finally, they have it rolled out. Now, of course, it's not rolled out completely. There are things missing, as they typically are when Kajabi likes to roll things out fairly quickly. They don't have it fully built in all the things that we want, but the foundations are there, and that's the key. So they are working really hard on this one. And so what they have put together so far for us is the ability to have our videos and our audio files in one unified place, basically a library. Okay, so it's pretty intuitive. You can go into your account right now and go and check it out. Everybody should have it there. Basically, you can go and upload your videos into here, kind of like a folder, and you can tag the videos, and you can do a lot of little different things in it. Of course, they're going to expand on this. There's no images uploaded to this just yet, but they have told us that they are working on that, and that should come out in a future rollout. One of the things that's interesting about this entire setup of the library thing is the analytics that are coming and are going to be part of all of this. So right now there's some great analytics that you can see on your videos, and you can also see where your video is placed inside of your account. So if you are to click on one video in your library, you can see all the places on your site that it's being used, and you can see the analytics for each of those places. So there's lots of cool stuff happening with this. Now, I'm not going to go into full details and showing you all of that here because this is just a quick update, but I do hope to do a new video fully on the media library, but I'm going to wait till they've kind of ironed it out a little bit more, because first release, there's usually some changes that happen. So I'll wait for that to happen, and then I will record a video so you can check back here in the future. And if it is rolled out, I'll drop a link in the comments below. If not, you can find it on my channel.